Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So, this is a video that I'm really looking forward to seeing myself, or not the video as such, but the end project. Long story short, Keith sent me this brand new in-box Juggernaut. Not for me, it's not mine, it's Keith's, and he asked me if I would build it for him. So it was obviously do a full chassis build, then do the box art body. Although Keith didn't want, I don't know what the actual Juggernaut colour is. If it's a gloss black, I believe it is. But he sent the paint and he wanted it matte black, and that's what we've got. But everything else completely box art, and it looks incredible. It really does. It's got all the period correct hop ups on it. Just as a package, the whole thing's off the chart. But I think kind of the main thing for Keith was. And it's flattering. He wanted a Tamiya Legends car in his own collection, so he sent me all this new in box, and he purchased a full second body set, loads of different options for this body that he put in a big box. There's huge alloy bumpers, there's different colour lenses, there's different colour windscreens, there's a cage, there's big wide fenders. I don't even know what else there is. There's that much. His only stipulation with this one was he wanted it in matte white, and that's how I've painted this. He saw me use matte white on the Lunchbox Tamiya Legends edition, and it's the first time I think I've used that paint. It just looked incredible. So yeah, he wanted matte white. So as I say, we've got that. I've got the front and the main truck body painted, and I've got the tailgate painted in matte white. So we're good to go. That saves a bit of time. I actually painted this the same time as I was painting that, just to get it done. He also wants the Tamiya Starburst decals on it that I've used quite a few times. That's the two in the Tamiya red and blue, 2 stars, and then like the whoosh effect. And obviously Tamiya Legends stickers. So it's a hell of a project. Oh, and I've got different tyres for this truck when it's finished as well. And we'll go into all that as the video goes. So this video is going to jump all over because I've no idea what I'm going to use and what I'm not going to use. I don't have a finished picture of this truck. So it's a suck it and see. So what I'm going to do first is, obviously the truck's white. I think the theme for the body itself is, before the decals, which are red and blue, is to get black on it. So on the standard Juggernaut, it comes with massive chrome front end in 2 pieces, and then the rear, and obviously the roll bar. But you have to paint a lot on the standard Jug. It was obviously the F350 grille, but you paint all the bottom of the chrome and all the top and bottom of the chrome on the back, which is cool for this truck, but I want to see the chrome. It's not me being lazy. I don't want to. The only thing I'm going to do is the grille, which is the worst part, actually, and get the proper black on it. But the lower bumper and the back bumper, I'm leaving complete chrome, because I want that. I'm thinking black window surround on it, and possibly side. I'm not too sure about the sides, if I can do that. Might be able to do that with a paint pen, maybe. I don't know. Again, these are things we're just going to look at. So let's just recap. So the paint the chrome bumper, the chrome grille, paint the surround, have a look at the sides. And okay, so that's that for painting the mirrors. I'm not sure. I haven't touched the mirrors yet. Now, I didn't paint them matte white when I did these, because I kind of thought I was going to go silver. I was going to use that PS48 that I love so much. And it gives a real, because it's a PS paint, it's like a matte finish because you're not supposed to use it on a hard body, but for mirrors it's perfect. So I was just kind of thinking about breaking the mirrors up from the main body and, not having them like colour coded white. But I don't know. But thinking now, again, my thought process is just coming out on this video because it is definitely a suck it and see. But I think if I can get the black window surround on this one and some side black on it, then I think I might paint the mirrors matte black, same as these, to put on there. So it certainly doesn't want to be gloss. It doesn't want to have any gloss on it with it being a matte finish. But yeah, Would black mirrors look daft on a white body? But we're going to have the black window surround. We might have a full black cage on it as well. I don't know. Let's just do a bit of time. So I apologise in advance because this video is going to jump all over. But hopefully at the end of it, we're going to have something cool. Let's get cracking. Right, so I've dug everything out that I think I'm possibly going to use. So obviously we've got two-piece body set. Now this is a cage he sent me, as opposed to putting the standard truck roll bar on. But the roll bar's all chrome and it kind of looks really cool with the spots on. Whereas I kind of think this looks cool as well. Just makes it a little bit different. And of course we can get the spotlights on this bar. Whether I keep that black or change it, I don't know yet. I've got the standard roll bar for a Juggernaut and spotlights, but Keith also sent me this. No idea why, to be honest, but it's got those covers which I kind of like. Going for 100% going for yellow lenses. He sent like clear as well, but I just love the yellow. I think that's going to look cool. Now front and back lenses is going to look awesome, but if I put those spotlight covers over them, you might not see the yellow enough, but I don't know, something we'll look at later, but I love that. We've got a huge alloy bumper, which don't know if I can make fit because it's not for the Juggernaut. He sent me 3 of these. Got a silver, a blue and a red, but I'll show you without on this one. I think I can bodge it on because obviously this is not mine. So I've got to do this if I can without damaging anything or putting extra holes in. But I think I might be able to make that fit. I don't even know where it is. There, I think. That's gonna look. That'll look cool. I've still got to determine what's the mirrors, and he sent me 2 full windscreen sets. So we've got. So I actually thought I was going to go for the transparent one as opposed for the standard one, but I just sort of sat it in and I didn't like the look of it. So I've dug the other one out he sent me, so we'll go with smoked. So that's kind of, I'm not going for wheel fenders, and I don't know what I'm going to do with all this yet. I need to pick a colour in my head for the window surround, and it's between black or silver. I'm kind of thinking silver and white would look better. I'm just not sure if I went for black with this black. I don't know. My gut feeling is go for silver and paint this PS48, as I said earlier, which is going to be a mission, but I think it could look rather cool, to be honest. Anyway, I'll come back when I've got something done. Right, I'll show you the little bit of progress. All I've done with the tailgate is screwed the bumper on, and as I said, leaving that full chrome, because more chrome the better. So that's done. I've done the silver canopy, so I've done the doors, well, all the windows, and then 3 sides of the front. So yeah, you don't really see it, but if I'd done it in black, it would have stood out. But anyway, decided to go silver. I'm happy with the grille. All I've done is painted it inside of it. The Juggernaut one in box art, all this rectangle is all black, including the badge and these beams. But I've just done the back of it and then the outer lights, which I really like. And I've also painted up the frame in silver. That was obviously black. What else? Oh, and I've painted the mirrors silver at the same time. Phew! I've still no idea if I'm going to put this on yet, because I've no idea how I can get the spotlights to fit on it just yet. But backtracking, or not backtracking, I think what we'll do now, because the tailgate's done, we'll dig the yellow lenses out and we'll get the yellow lenses fitted onto here, and then we'll get that and the main bumper onto the front of the truck. By the time I've done that, that should have dry enough to get the smoked windscreen in there. And then also, I think I'm going to get the mirrors. So I need to get the mirrors on the actual mirror chrome glued into the mirrors, and then it's double-sided tape for the mirrors. And then at least that would be finished then, wouldn't it? Apart from decaling, I believe. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Right, that's the front grille on. Big fan of those yellow lenses. Love that. Very different. That looks awesome. Yep, a big fan of that. Right, I think that'll be dry enough to get the smoked canopy in now. Right, front grille on and the windscreen in. Yeah, big fan of that. That looks cool. I've got a little bit of work to do. A little bit of paint just went onto the inside of the windscreen, but I'll let that harden properly and I'll just get rid of that later. But yeah, that's awesome. I like that. Again, you can't really see the silver window surrounds, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Right, I'm going to get the mirrors on next. Right, and that is that part of the body finished. I've got to clean side of the windows up, as I said earlier. But yeah, mirrors are on. And I kind of like the silver now, because it kind of ties in quite nicely with the paint, what I did. Got the mirrors in as well. Right, so that bit is finished for now. What to do next? So I've got a possible issue. So on the Jug, the original, the backlight section was moulded. It was there, but on this second body set Keith sent me, this is cut out. Now, obviously, I have the rear lenses for it, which are these. It looks like it goes on with 2 screws. I'm guessing the 2 screws go into there, maybe, where the tailgate is. But no, that's absolute rubbish. It's got to be. Just seeing if the holes line up. Yes, they do. Okay, looks like 2 screws. That's kind of cool. Right, I think just while I'm waiting, I'll figure this out so I can get the tailgate on. Do I want the tailgate on yet? No, I don't, do I? Because we need to make a decision on this. Let's just sit that on roughly. That's gonna go something like that. If we go with it, I do kind of like it, I've got to be honest. I'll tell you what we could do. I'm just trying not to touch anything that's wet. Let us get on. Right, so that's not, you know. Okay. Wowza. This thing's going to look very different. So yeah, I think I'm definitely fitting this. And obviously, I say obviously, but we're going to get the 5 main spotlights up onto this beam here, which will look awesome. So yeah, I need to get this mounted. So I need to mark, drill the holes, get some hardware, bolt that down. Or do I need to be looking at the spotlight situation first? Because if I can't get the spotlights I want to work, then I'll drill 4 holes in the body. But I do like that. That's just a little bit different, isn't it? Decisions. Sod it. Let's get this drilled and mounted. Right, that's the cage on. So I've self-tapped into the plastic at the front. I didn't know what Keith wants to do. Maybe nut and bolt, I don't know, but I drilled it small so it self-tapped in. Tried it on the back, but there's no room. It's really scarce for room at the back, which is a problem. So I put a slightly bigger drill bit through it and I screwed up through it. And I need slightly longer screws, as you can see, to get a nut on, but I don't have them. So Keith, I'm sorry, my friend. I mean, it's solid, it's on, but Yeah, I don't. It needs to be like 2 mil longer, and then I can get the nut on, which is a bit frustrating. And you can't put the screw down the other way because there's no way of getting your screwdriver into it, which is a bummer. Um, but yeah, I think it's looking kind of cool. I'm not sure yet. Um, Next up, what I want to do is figure these rear lights out and see if we can get the tailgate on, and then we'll look at the spotlights. But let's do the back end first. Right. So this bit's all new to me because, as I said, on the original Juggernaut I've just done, this was all filled in with plastic and it was just decals for the rear lights. So maybe this is a Juggernaut 2 body shell. Don't know, but it's obviously a tailgate. It's got provision for the lights to screw on like that. So yeah, let's dig the hardware out and get this tailgate on. Right, that's the back lenses on, and they look fantastic. That's awesome. That goes together really well. Right, I think we're getting to the stage now where we're going to have to fit it to the chassis soon. I think, or maybe not. I don't know. So the cab's finished, isn't it? Yeah, there's nothing else to go on the cab that I can think of apart from decals. The back's almost done. Apart from the spotlights. Once we get the spotlights done. Alright, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Right, so I'm going to dig out. So we've got the original roll bar and spotlights and spotlight bar, which obviously will fit these yellow lenses. Now it's crucial I get these in, so I'll snap this off this tree and just see if this is going to mount to this bar successfully. So yeah, that looks great. I used the original spotlights from the Juggernaut Part tree, and obviously the yellow lenses, and yeah, that looks kind of cool. Let's see if I can got something like, yeah, sorry I'm messing with the camera, but yeah, I'm a fan of that. Love the yellow lights, that looks super cool. Yeah, I like that. It's a shame about we couldn't use a transparent window, because I think that would have just made it look a little bit different, but I think smoked still looks kind of cool. And I suppose because it's smoked, it just puts a little bit more emphasis on the silver window surrounds. Right, we need to start thinking about decaling, don't we? Alright, let me have a think about what we're doing next and I'll come back. Right, I'm just starting to think about the decals now. And yeah, I don't know. So, the whole point of this, Keith wants a Tamiya Legends truck. So it has to have Tamiya Legends stickers on it. And these are also the, what do we call them? Star and Fire that Keith sent me that he wants me to use as well. So the obvious thing that I'm not going to do would be to use the big ones here and start here and go all across, because that's going to be quite difficult, because obviously there's a big gap here. So I'd have to get the front of it on here and then cut and then join in that so it flows. Could be pretty difficult. So what I'm thinking is going to the next size, which is this one, just for the rear, and get them two on an angle. I'd have to cut it out to see how it's going to work, but get those sort of whooshing up. It's quite long, so it'd start here and it'd be sort of back to there. Then I could fill the back in with some sponsorship decals maybe. I'm thinking a big Tamiya Legends, not the full decal, just a writing bit, to go across the bonnet at an angle. I think that'd look pretty cool. So I'm thinking that's the starting point, to get a big Tamiya Legends cut out, get that across the bonnet, cut these out, get them on the sides, and then probably the next size down Tamiya Legends one here, possibly cut that out as a full decal and just go straight across the door side. That could look kind of cool. And then possibly another big Tamiya Legends across the back of a tailgate. I think that's what I'm going to do to start with. because we've got a lot more of this yet. There's something I want to add to the truck itself, and I've got to change the tyres. So there's still a bit of messing around. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my initial thoughts were use the big ones and go all the way, but I kind of feel like I want to do this one a little bit differently. The problem is, if I don't like it, then I've wasted the two small decals, which would be, well, it won't be the end of the world. Right, let's figure this out. Right, so I've got, that's going to be for the side of the truck, that's going to be for tailgate, that's going to be for the back, but I'm going to start on the bonnet. So this was my original idea, just to go across at an angle, but then I was wondering if I put it up right as high as I can, wherever it is, and then I could get something else here. And then I was looked at the swoosh decals and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can get any of them. Now we do the singles, so what I was wondering is like the red, like, because this would flow all the way down and down here, which could look rather damn cool if I get it right, but obviously then that doesn't work. So it'd be the swoosh is either side. I think you know where I'm going with this. And then instead of using this one, use the next size down, because I probably would have enough room. I've no idea sort of what angles I need to be at, but I'm going to have all that space above, where I'm sure I can get some sort of Tamiya Legends there. But I don't want to miss the chance of putting these on, because I think that could look really cool. Right, let's get cracking. Right, that's the bonnet ones on, and yeah, I like that. That's cool. I like it from all the angles. Yeah, that kind of looks cool. So yeah, again, I'm just going to go put on the obvious decals for now. They're going to go on the side, but I think I'm going to leave the red and blue bars on this one to fill it up. We'll try dig out some sponsorship decals later, but for now I just want to sort of not fill it, but get the main decals on, to figure out what else I need to do. Anyway, let's bat on. Right, that's the front done for now. So all I've done is the side Tamiya Legends ones, as you can see. I've left that up a little bit. So that's all I want on there for now. But now let's just turn our attention to the truck bed. Right, that's the tailgate done, and I'm a massive fan of that. Love that. That looks awesome. Very simple, but yeah, it just looks right to me. So that's the decals that I want on, the main ones. Now I'm going to sort of dig out some sponsorship decals, I think. I don't know if it needs it, but we'll see. Right, I think that's the front bit done. I'm at that stage now where I don't want to add any more until the truck's all fully assembled, and then we can see if there's any gaps. But what I've done, I don't even know what I showed you last time. I've got these pro lines on here, pro gear, sorry. The bonnet latches, I've done the roof. Don't know about that, but again, it's all when you kind of have to see it all in one to do it. I like those. Got some little sponsorship decals on either side. So yeah, I'm going to leave that for now, and then I've just dug out these, and there the idea is that four-wheel drive will go across the back, and then the sponsorship decals down here. So I'll get that done next. Right, so that's what I've done for the sponsorship side, just identical front and left and right. I think that's enough. I think for now anyway, and what I mean by that is it all has to go on the truck now, and then you can see gaps when it's kind of looking how it should look, if that makes sense. I'm still seeing areas where I'm thinking of doing stuff, but so next step now is to get the jug, which is sat there looking mighty pretty. Take that body set off, take the wheels off, and get the chassis on this table, and we'll start mounting the, in fact, next thing we'll have a look at the big bumper. That should be very, very cool indeed. Right, we're getting to the sharp end now. So obviously everything off, just to chassis only. Now, Keith sent me 3 of these. Now, these are not for the jug, and to make it fit properly, I'd have to drill holes in this chassis, and obviously this is not mine. But I am going to attempt. I've taken the mounts off and I've reversed them, because I'm thinking if I can find a longer screw on this suspension mount, 2 longer screws either side, put the screw in, put a normal nut in, and then secure that, and then that bit's back to normal, and it's going to have a load of thread, hopefully. And if I've got long enough screws, just mount it on that second hole. Now, it is only for show purposes, but if I can get this to fit, once you see the body on, you'll understand why. But now I'm going to spend an hour seeing if I can make this fit. Right, I'm happy with that. So this is only bodged on. So down here, where your leaf suspension, it bolts on here, and it has this screw as standard, and then a locking nut on the other side, and then it stays free. So that acts like a collar. So obviously I've taken those out, put longer screws through. I don't know if you can see what I've done. Let me see if I can do. Where are we? Can't even see what I'm looking at. There we go. So if I just, so I've put longer screw through here. Then I've put the locking nut back on, but I've not over tightened it. Then I've run a nut down. Then I've put the bumper on, and then I've got a nut, and I've tightened those up. So hang on a sec. So again, just for sure. So it will move, but again, it's as tight as I can get it. But I'm not drilling holes anywhere. Right, so that's that. We're almost there. So tyre change. These are the standard jug tyres, which I've never been a fan of. So obviously, clod tyres, that's what we want. So yeah, Keith sent me these. He knew I wasn't a massive fan of jug tyres. But if you can see, they're ever so slightly wider, if I've got that lined up right. But it's the shape of them that I like for a monster truck. They're proper monster truck tyres. I don't know what's going on with the camera, my friends. I'm sorry, I'm just... See if it'll zoom back in. They're proper monster truck tyres in my opinion. So I'm going to get the jug tyres off the wheels, get them on the clod, and then we'll get the clod wheels and tyres on the chassis. Well, already that looked just so much better as a monster truck with those tyres. I'm sorry for you Juggernaut lovers who love those tyres, but it's got to be clod every time for me. Has to be. Don't get those ones. Anyway. That's awesome. So as you can see, the tyres have gone really white, so that's the release. When they take the tyre out of the mould, there's some release chemical they use. So as I talk about packing and started to sort of move them, they've just gone white. So I will put some silicone on at some point, but that's not going to be a quick fix. But to be honest, look at how that bumper looks awesome. Right, let's get the cab on. So that's the cab on, that fixes on with 2 screws either side. But I think why I've showed you this is, now you can see why I wanted that bumper. It looks so cool, doesn't it? I know it's just for show, but anyway, let's get the bed on. And that's the cab on. So I'm just showing you this in case you've never seen the jug. That's why it's got 2 pieces. So that lifts up and your battery goes here. But it's very cool. Let me just get the body clips in that. Okay then, so I'm seeing this for exactly the same time you are. This is the first time I've seen it all together. Love the clod tyres, love that bumper, and now I've got to get used to that body shell because it is all new to me for the last, God knows how long. For the last 24, 48 hours I've been staring at the black one. So now that it's got a different body on, it looks weird to me, but yeah, I love the grille, love the yellow lenses. Right now I'm unsure about the frame. I don't know. I'm going to need some time to stare at this and see if it needs anything else. There's a lot going on, isn't there? Oh my god, this thing is so heavy. That's a cool view. Do you know, it's a shame. I mean, it might not look any good, but I was just thinking, like, to fill this section in with, like, netting, that would look kind of cool. Anyway, don't have any netting, but that could look kind of cool. Wowzer. Yeah, I do like it. I hope Keith likes it, more importantly. I just... sorry, I know I always say it, but I just have to stare at this thing for a while now. Probably a good 24 hours to see what else I want to do with it. It would look miles better if the tyres were, what do you call it, black rubber. That's making it look a little bit crappy, but I will get some more silicone spray on there. Wowzer, that's it's kind of cool, isn't it? I love those spotlights. Yeah. God damn, that's taken some time to do. I don't know what to do. I think what I'm going to do is, before I end this video properly, I'm just going to take some time and just sort of stare at it and see what's going on. And she's done. So what I did was, that last segment was done yesterday. And as soon as I'd got this built, I've got to be honest, I wasn't feeling it as much as I'd expected to. It's a real eyeful. But yeah, I don't know, the Tamiya Legends stickers and the Starburst stickers, just like, they weren't doing it for me. So I thought, what we'll do is do a normal thing. We'll take it away, we'll sit it in front of me for 24 hours and might need some changes doing to it. But at the same time, I took obviously pictures of it and I sent the pictures to Keith. And I thought, there's no one better to make a decision. It's his truck. So I kind of said, this is it. Let me know if you want to make any changes or whatever. Anyway, he come back and he loves it. Now, he's going to say that, isn't he? So what I might just do, I might just send him a reply to that email just saying, look, do you want me to hang on to it for a little bit? I'll take the Starburst Tamiya Legends thing off. I'll get it back to just a truck, and then we'll rethink a livery for it and see what he says. But going by his first email, I kind of feel that he wants it. So that's awesome. He also went on to say, the reason I'm probably not feeling it is because I've done quite a few sort of Tamiya Legends liveries. And that's a fair point. I actually think I know why I wasn't feeling it as much yesterday. And that's because I just finished the black box art one 2 days before I started this one, or a day before I started this one. So I was really used to seeing the black body and, you know, the box art, and I think as soon as I took that off and I went to this, I don't know, I think it messed with me a little bit. Had there been a gap after the box art one to this one, it might have not been the same. I don't know, or maybe Keith's right and it's just because I've done quite a few Tamiya Legends ones. But as I said, I woke up this morning, had a look at it, and I was like, yeah, that's all right. So I'll be honest, I really like it, but I don't love it. That's how I am. We'll probably see in the comments a very sort of similar thing. Some will like it, some will love it, some won't like it, some will hate it, and they'll probably let me know. But it is what it is. There's only one person whose opinion matters on this one, isn't it? And that's Keith. So if he's happy to display this, and I believe he's displaying it like this and not with the black body and the jug tyres. So yeah, it is what it is. But I really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed it. It's the chassis build is as good as it gets for a build. And doing the black body, I didn't enjoy that one so much because I was just worried about making mistakes. And then this one I enjoyed because I kind of knew, you know, with the decals I use, and I can get more if I mess anything up. But yeah, it's cool. So you might see this again on Keith's channel when I get it back to him. You never know. I don't know. Be nice to see it displayed behind him. No pressure there, Keith, but I want it right behind you so I can see it in every video. I'm only joking. Anyway, this has been a fantastic build series. And again, Keith, massive thank you, my friend. And we'll get this posted back to you very, very soon. And to you guys and girls who continue to support and watch my dribble, just a massive heartfelt thank you as usual. And I'll wrap this video up. So, as always, I'm not even going to say it this time, I can't be bothered. I'm just looking at this truck and this gold hop-ups, which are just off the chart. Oh, what the hell. Happy seeing.